Hi everyone, it's Audrey here from Sasayaki Glitter, the YouTube design team, and today I'm working with image number 84 from the Etsy shop, and that is called Underwater, and this is my finished card. This is take 2 of my video because once again I seem to have issues with my filming equipment, but I'm getting it straightened out. Anyways, so the tutorial that I did initially was part of this card, but we will make it on another piece of paper. It's a good thing I always print out more than one copy of my image. So just a couple little quick things. When I color, I always have my water brush pen or water brush filled with Copic various ink colorless blender, and then I also have my Zero colorless blender pen with me. So what I want to demonstrate today is some of the gray colorings that I use and how they can change colors that are laid down before, and also some of the grays that you can add to alter the colors of things. So first I'm going to color around part of the outline. I'm not going to do the whole thing because this is just an example and you can see my finished one on my card. So that is my E42, and then next I'm gonna go down just a little with my E41. Making some bigger strokes and coming down a bit further out than the initial color, and then finally we're going to use the E40. Over there. And then my difference is what I showed before I had to redo the video, is just how you can alter colors with the grays. So, for example, if I use the W00, see how that alters it to a bit more of a grayish brown, and that would be different on this. On my actual card I used T0, and so it's not quite as grayish, but it's still not the solid brown, and I think that, you know, adding that gray makes a little more of a realistic feeling to that. Another thing is adding gray with other colors, and in this case I'm going to add it with the brown on these rocks, and I'm going to do that rock there and then just this rock that's behind the other one, just to use a little darker colors. And I'm going to use the sea grays for the rocks, and I'm going to do a C4 for that second layer, and just a little bit there, and then I'm coming in. I started with an E44. I'm now coming in with my E43. Just adding a little bit of that, and then I'm going to come back in with a C2 marker here. Just to cover all those areas, and then I'm actually just going to go over it all with the E42. And as you can tell, it makes a little more realistic looking of a rock. You can especially tell on here, especially how, you know, the lighter one is sitting in front, but I think that that looks pretty realistic. And the last thing I'm going to show you today is another use for the gray, and again, I'm only going to do a small part of this image, but I have done it on the whole image on my finished card. It's not quite as neat. Oops. That was my BG32, and this is actually my BG34. I'm going to go over that 32 because I meant to grab the 34. But that's okay. Just fix that in there. And then go back to the BG32. And again, and I know I'm a little messier than I normally am when I color. Just trying to do it quickly so that you don't fall asleep during my video here. And then I'm going to go over that with a little BG11. And then I blended it out to the ends with BG10. I don't know if you can hear, but I think my markers need some refills. They're sounding a little bit like they need more ink. Then I went in and kind of brushed it out a bit with my water brush. And again, you can see a better example on the initial one that I did there, partly because I wasn't rushing through it quite as much. And then what I did was, since I used some nice cold colors or cooler colors there, I came in with the C1 and went through that. And see, I just think it gives it a little more of a realistic color. Again, you can see a better example on my finished card. And one last little thing for today is the leaves. Just how to make them look a little more realistic looking. And for that, I'm using my YG17. It's on the bottoms here. And we have YG25. And finally, I'm going to finish that off with YG23. And that looks fine. And you could definitely use that, but to add a more realistic look, I like to include a little bit of texture. And I do that by just going in and making little small dots with my colorless blender pen. And so now you can see it just gives a little more depth there to the leaves, and again, you can see it a lot better, I believe, on my finished product. And that's it. I've added Doodlebug Designs papers, and I've added these shells here, and a nice sentiment, and some bling. And again, that is image number 84, Underwater, from Sasayaki Glitter, from the Etsy shop. And I noticed my glue is looks a little white, but it's because it's still a little wet. When it dries, it will be clear. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.